Hello, how you doing today? I have OU battle with my boy Chris. Or no, this oh yeah, it's an OU battle. It's an OU battle with my boy Chris. And one thing I wanted to talk about today in this battle is this damn Toxapex and how big of a problem in a wall it really is. So I am running like a sticky webs based kind of team here, because I have Arachnid, and Arachnid is such a good mod with sticky web. It's like a really bulk answer to a lot of mods that other opposing players can use. So he's gonna have that Toxapex, he's gonna have his Mega Aggron Chansey and such. I'm gonna be leading off with that Arachnid because I want to get up sticky webs at the beginning of the battle. I'm either going to get up sticky webs or just make the appropriate play, because I don't want to lose my Arachnid as well. So with him leading off Aggron, I can pretty much go ahead and just get up the sticky webs right away. First turn, he's going to actually switch out into Rotom. I'm not sure why he did that. I know Aggron can take an attack from this Arachnid. I'm not sure. But I'm going to, as the following turn, I'm going to go for the Leech Life. I'm gonna go for the Leech Life just to get as much damage I can get off on Rotom, but he does switch into Toxapex. And as you're gonna see throughout this battle, this Toxapex, it pretty much walls my entire team and is very annoying. The only mine I can pretty much hit it with is this Mega Medicham, and I just will not be getting that chance, as you will see. So he's gonna bring in back the Rotom. I'm gonna go ahead and Mega Evolve after getting Toxic. So my Mega Medicham happens to be on a timer at that. And like I said, it's the only thing I got to hit this Toxapex for any type of damage. So him being on a timer is actually putting my battle on a timer, because if I can't get past that Toxapex, his team can just overall beat me down over time. So I'm going to go for the Drain Punch just to keep my health up as much as possible. I'm going to be taking a Hydro Pump, which is not good for me at all. I'm going to be taking some more toxic damage at the end of the turn. As he switches out into his Blacephalon, he's going to switch out Rotom into that Blacephalon. And I don't know what set this exactly is, but I'm going to go for the Psycho Cut and straight demolish this thing, as it does switch into a Psycho Cut and takes a crit. And I'm pretty sure the crit was just overkill, because Blacephalon has no defense whatsoever. So I'm going to switch out my Mega Medicham, because I wanted to switch it in maybe and get a Drain Punch off on something, because I need it to be alive to try to hit that Toxapex. So he's gonna rapid spin my webs away with his Starmie. I'm gonna go ahead and U-turn on him with my Tornadus after I do switch it in. And my Tornadus is Regenerator, of course, so it's gonna get some health back there. I'm gonna switch in my Greninja at this point, because I can either go for the U-turn or go for the Dark Pulse, especially with Starmie in front of me, because he's gonna get KO'd either way, especially with me having the Expert Belt. So he's gonna switch in that Toxapex on my U-turn, and I'm gonna go ahead and switch back in my Tornadus. I do have the Flydenium Z, so maybe, just maybe, I can get some damage off on this Toxapex later in the battle. This turn though, I wanted to taunt just in case this thing had Toxic Spikes or anything such like that, and on top of that, he can't go for the Recover if I do end up damaging it. So I'm gonna go ahead and U-turn out of here and bring in my Arachnid. I wanted to bring back in my Arachnid just because it was a good switch in either way. Even if he gets Skull Burn, it's not really that big of a deal. And at the same time, I can get back up my Sticky Webs. So I'm gonna get back up my Sticky Webs this turn, as I do take a Skull very well. He's gonna go for the knock off my Leftovers, which is kind of unfortunate, but it's not too big of a deal. Though it is kind of bad that I can't really wall back this Toxapex. It can wall me, but I can't really wall it back if I'm not gaining back any health. And he also has Regenerator, of course, so that Toxapex is really annoying. As he does go into Rotom, he's going to switch right back into his Toxapex, and I do end up catching his Toxapex with the Flydenium Z. Like I was saying, this is probably the only other move I can potentially get some damage off on this Toxapex. So I do end up going for the Flydenium Z, and I pretty much do nothing. I do about 35%, and he gets some Black Sludge health back, and I do end up knocking off that Black Sludge as he goes for the Recover and gets up to about full health. So I pretty much did no damage there with my Z move. As I do go for the Hurricane, I'm gonna also again do pretty much no damage as I do about 20%. He's gonna go for the Skull and then switch out when he does have Regenerator. So like I said, he's just gonna get his health right back up to 50%. As I really can't, like, this Toxapex was a total issue during this whole battle, and my boy Chris was actually playing it very well, because pretty sure he knows I can't hit it at all. So as he does bring in the Chansey, I'm going to U-turn into my own Star Raptor, and from this point I kind of wanted to just go for the U-turn again, just because I knew he wasn't going to stay in with Chansey, because I do have close combat on my Star Raptor. Of course, I can just Oko Chansey. So he's going to switch back into this Toxapex. As I do switch in my Rhyperior, I can just go for the Earthquake, because that's another move that can hit Toxapex, but Rhyperior is not all that strong, so he's not going to be doing a lot of damage to Toxapex anyway. So I do just end up getting up my Stealth Rocks as I do bring back in my Toxapex, or no, I bring back in my Star Raptor, because I either go for the U-turn or go for the return or anything to try to knock out this Starmie. But my main issue still will be that Toxapex. So I'm going to go for the Pursuit here just to knock out this Starmie. I don't want it to leave alive pretty much, so I'm going to end up easily knocking out the Starmie there. After he ends up going for as his following turn, he's going to end up bringing in his Mega Aggron. So it's pretty much going to be Mega Aggron as I bring in my Rhyperior. Mega Aggron versus Rhyperior. It actually looks kind of cool. I can see this in an anime or something as this being an actual cool battle to watch. So he's going to end up just getting up his Stealth Rocks there and actually switching out his Aggron the following turn. I'm going to get back up my Stealth Rocks because he did rapid spin them away. As he gets some leftovers back from his Rotom here, I'm going to actually switch out my Rhyperior because I wanted to bring in my I pretty much just sacked off my Medicham. I wanted to bring her in earlier just so I can try to get another Drain Punch going. So I got another Drain Punch. I can get it and make it be alive much longer. And if it can be alive much longer, I will have a chance to maybe hit that Toxapex with a Psycho Cut. But I do end up losing my Medicham there. So after losing that, I pretty much have no idea how I'm going to be chipping down this Toxapex, especially when they can just switch in and out. So I'm gonna go ahead and go for the Gunk Shot with my Protein Greninja. He's gonna try to toxic me with his Chansey, but it's not gonna affect me following turn. I will be going for the Skull just to pretty much just get off some damage to try to burn this Chansey, but I'm not really doing nothing to Chansey, so I'm gonna go ahead and U-turn out of here. He did go for the Soft Boiled and got his health back up to full. Following turn, he will be going for the Seismic Toss on my Tornadus. My Tornadus is Regenerator just like this Toxapex, so when I switch it out, I will be getting back some health. So on the incoming Toxapex, I will be going for the knockoff, following up with a Hurricane. I luckily get him confused here, and he does actually hit himself. At this point, I'm pretty much praying for a crit. If I get a crit this turn, I actually do knock out this Toxapex, and that would be really good. Following turn, he does not hit himself again and actually gets the recover off. So here we go again with this Toxapex pretty much being almost back up to full HP as it's back up around 70. He's going to go for the Toxic again, pretty much just weathering down my team, and his Toxapex, like I said, being back up to 70 and me being toxic now. I just go for the taunt because I don't want him to recover again, because I do plan on going for the Hurricane after that. I did stop that initial recovery, but at this point he can just switch out and get back up to full HP once again, which is very unfortunate, as I do go for the U-turn on his incoming Mega Aggron. I will just switch in my Greninja here because I can just go for the Scald or the Dark Pulse as he switches out his Aggron right back into this wall. Once again, Toxapex. I will be going for the Skull. I won't be getting, I have the chance to get a burn, but I actually do get lucky and get the burn. And I will be, following turn, that burn really doesn't matter for Toxapex, to be honest. It only chips it down a bit, and like I said, he can just switch in and out, and he also is holding Recover on top of all moves to have with Toxapex. It's like, Recover is just sauce on top of sauce. So I'm just gonna go for the taunt here and taunt this Toxapex once again, because like I said, if I do go for the Hurricanes and do chip it down a bit, I really don't want it to recover back up. So I'm going to switch out my Tornadus here just because I want it to regenerate back some health. Even though he is poison, he will be just taking a whole bunch of damage every turn residually. So Toxapex is going to go for the knockoff on my incoming Greninja, knock off my Expert Belt. My Expert Belt wasn't really that good of use in this battle because I don't really have matchups to where I can abuse it pretty much. So I'm going to go for the Dark Pulse on the incoming Chansey. Chansey clearly just going to be eating that up. Another wall that he has that I couldn't really get by without Medicham. So I'm going to go for the Gunk Shot here, that being my only thing that can really remotely damage the Chansey, and I'm going to be taking another Seismic Toss, and my Greninja will be going down to the Chansey as I do bring back in my Star Raptor. I can go for the close combat here. Either go for the close combat or go for the pursuit, trying to maybe just get a lot of damage on Chansey. That's just another wall where I really don't have an answer to for the most part. I mean, I can close combat it, but he can easily just switch into Toxapex like he did here and pretty much wall my entire team out once again. As he does go for the recover, I do bring back in my Tornadus. Once again can maybe go for the taunt, but at this point it's just kind of, I'm fighting a really uphill battle because I can't really attack his Toxapex, and I can't really attack any of his other mons. So he does bring in Chansey. Chansey's gonna go down on rocks. I will be going down to the Toxic on the double down. I do bring in Rhyperior just in case he does bring in Toxapex. I can hit it with the Earthquake, but he so happens to bring in Rotom, and he ends up going for the Pain Split and pretty much getting his Rotom back up to about 80%. As I do Dragon Tail it out, he will be Dragon Tail into this Toxapex once again. And like I said, the only move that I can hit this Toxapex with is the Earthquake, but he does have Rotom in the back, so he can always just switch that in to an Earthquake and pretty much just nullify. He pretty much nullifies Rhyperior with the Rotom there. So I'm gonna hit this. I'm gonna hit this Aggron, this incoming Aggron with the Earthquake. He's gonna return the favor with the Earthquake, and I'm gonna follow it up with another Earthquake, thinking that I can maybe knock this thing out, but I just miss it, maybe by about 5%. I probably have 5% health left there, as he ends up knocking me out with the Earthquake before I end up knocking him out. So I'm gonna bring back out my Arachnid here. My Arachnid is pretty much, it really can't do nothing to his team, like especially if he switches back in this Toxapex. I'm gonna go for another Liquidation here. Liquidation actually did about maybe 25%, which is low-key kind of respectable for an attack against this Toxapex, which is the same typing as it. And that's just shouts out to Arachnid there, but at the same time, it'll take at least 4 liquidations to knock out this Toxapex, even with being burned. So he's gonna switch out his Toxapex again, which he again does have Regenerator. We'll be getting back health. On the incoming Rotom, I will be going for the Liquidation, but I will not be able to do much damage as I do about a good 20%. I am toxic, so I probably will be going down this turn anyway. As he goes for the Volt Switch, he's going to Volt Switch back into his Toxapex, and his Toxapex at about 51% or so. I'm going to go for the Leech Life just to get a little health back, but I won't be surviving just following Toxic, turn to Toxic, so I will be going down there. As I switch in my Star Raptor here, Star Raptor being, I believe this is my last mon, I'm not sure. I have, yep, this is my last mon, Star Raptor. I'm only at about 27%. So basically throughout this whole battle, Toxapex was the mon that I just could not break. I could not break this Toxapex whatsoever. So he's going to bring back in that Toxapex, and I'm going to go for the return just to see how much damage I can really do. And that actually did a lot of damage. That was about 40%, 40 to 45, and he will go ahead and knock out my Star Raptor with the Scald, and that will be the 2-0 victory in my boy Chris' favor. And like I said, if it wasn't for Toxapex, this battle would have been entirely different, and of course it would have been different being a different mon, but still at the same time, the only mon I had to hit it with was Mega Medicham. It's unfortunate that I lost it kind of early in the battle to the Toxic, but that's just the game we play, and If you did like this long video, I will you should pretty please hit that like button, as it will help out the channel and whatnot. And you can go ahead and like, subscribe, and share maybe. And there will be 2 videos on the end screen. And goodbye.